Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome in. If you're new or just passing through my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie, and if you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here, we're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid. So I could be talking about the past, the present, or the future. Take only the parts that resonate, leave everything else behind. If you would like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. As you enter, please give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm. I'd appreciate it. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider it. It is free to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified of all the new videos that come out and when they show up. All right. Let's just jump right in. Read number 2 and see where the energy takes us. Okay. All right. So I'm talking to somebody right now who... It's interesting because I'm doing, when I start off with 5 cards. So I'm like looking at the center energy, but then I'm looking at the cards, the energy on either sides of the center. Okay. So, and it's these are very different energies, with the center card being between worlds. So it's kind of like what you're walking away from a certain situation, or you're deading something, that may be connected to your past or whatever. You're already starting to kind of move into your future reality, or your future, like your next cycle, right? And it feels like what's interesting is like you're trusting divine timing. You're being very, flexible. You may be in a very, serene and peaceful state. You have an understanding. You definitely have an understanding about how divine timing works, whoever I'm talking to. But on the other side of it, there may be something here or certain things that are not necessarily lining up, and it may be because you haven't done enough of the practical work, or you haven't taken enough steps, or there's still more work that needs to be done to laying the foundation. Okay. So that makes sense. These 3 flipped. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. So, like I said, you're wrapping up it's kind of like you're wrapping up one cycle and you're moving towards the next cycle, but the same information, the same energy is being stated again. It's like you're not seeing a change in the way that things are not necessarily lining up. It's because there's more work that needs to be done. Now, here's the thing. I feel like maybe you're ready for it. I do get the sense that you're ready for it. You just, for whatever reason, there's either more work that needs to be done, or you haven't. Yeah, it's like more work, or you haven't put in enough work. There are more steps that need to be taken. There's some more attention that needs to be paid to it. And that's the reason why things haven't quite been lining up the way that you wanted them to. Okay. Okay. Somebody here could be having, I specifically heard writer's block. So I don't know if you're a writer. I honestly don't have any cards out here that would indicate anything like that, but that's what I heard. If you're experiencing writer's block, I heard channel the energy from whatever the experience is that you walked away from. Okay. It means something to somebody. Because I can see the thing that you're walking away from, you've already deaded it. It's done. I feel like you're closing out a cycle. You're definitely going with the flow. You're being as flexible as you can. You're understanding that things are happening in divine timing. You very well could have walked away from, it may be like you walked away from a significant relationship, but you also walked away maybe from people who are also connected to that relationship. So you might be struggling from mental blocks in terms of like, again, like I heard a writer's block. So you could be a creative. It doesn't necessarily have to be a writer, but it's kind of like there's something maybe blocking, not your intuition. That's not it. It's not blocking your intuition. It's like a blockage of some kind. But I feel like the blockage has a lot to do with a thought process, or you may feel like challenged in the area of like imagination. Like, again, like that's why I'm hearing writer's block. I keep hearing writer's block. So like there's work to be done, but things aren't coming together. So there's no real change in what's happening because there's more work that needs to be done, but you could be experiencing some type of blockage in your imagination. Okay. Now, I did just hear think outside of the box. So maybe you need to think a little bit further outside of the box than you normally would. Yeah, whatever this is that you've been guided away from, it wasn't destined to be a part of your life anyway. This group of people, this family dynamic, or this significant relationship. Okay, so now I'm talking to somebody who still maybe has not completely extracted themselves from the situation. Because I kind of get the energy here that there's somebody here who's, it's almost like you're in a line, not, no, let me choose a different, let me choose a few other words. Because you're not in alignment with these people, this tribe, this community. When I see the tribe for me is like your family. It could be a friend group. It could be people that you work with. These, it's a community of people. But these people that are in your life, they're in your life presently. It's not divine. It's not in alignment. It's not in like a divine alignment. It's not fated to be like, you're not fated to be connected to them. But for whatever reason, you have been continuously trying to, it's like, trying to force a square peg into a round hole. It's almost like, that this doesn't fit or it doesn't match or whatever, but you are still trying to figure out how to make it work for you. What are you doing? You're still trying to figure out how to make it work for you. How? Because normally I read, it's an inverted triangle, but I start at the top, at the widest angle at the top, and I work my way down to a single card at the bottom. But when I read, I'm reading from top to bottom. But now as I'm reading from the bottom to the top, I can kind of see what it is. It's somebody here that's, you're not in alignment with a particular group, a tribe, this tribe of people. I feel like you've consistently been trying to make it work and it's still not. It just, you're having a difficult time moving away from it, even though everything in you may be pushing you away from it. And it's almost like you can't quite understand, or somebody here is not understanding why things are not working. There's no change here because there's no real foundation to this relationship or the situation. So you could be trying, you could be pushing. It's kind of like it's like an uphill battle. It doesn't feel like as much work as you're putting into it. It doesn't feel like nothing. There's never going to be enough change. Okay. Okay. So you may also, collective, be, have an awareness that there's a situation here that's not going to change, and you understand. You may even understand how, at a much higher level, you may even understand why it isn't going to change, especially if it's connected to, soulmate energy. Soulmates are not always romantic, remember. I think you understand though that there's some you may have a deep knowledge or deep understanding as to why something isn't lining up and why something isn't. There's a dynamic here that's not changing. Somebody here may be having trouble with a lack of acceptance. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. I am talking to somebody here who is like trying to force this square peg into a round hole, right? Time for a nap in the reverse with yin in the reverse. These are like action cards. When time for a nap is in the reverse, it makes it an action card. When it's in the upright, it's like do nothing, take no action, time for a nap, time for you to just let it go, right? And in both of these instances, I've got 3 cards here of 4 cards here of taking action to make something work when it doesn't really have the foundation set. There's no real foundation. There has been no foundational work for whatever this is that somebody is trying to pursue, whether this is a connection to a certain tribe of people or a certain group of people or being in connections with a certain person. Whatever this is, it's not in alignment and it's not meant to be. So why are you, whoever I'm talking to, why are you consistently putting yourself in this position of having to work double time and overtime for something that is not even in alignment with you? Child, I don't know who I'm talking to right now. And there's no energy here supporting any kind of reconciliation or getting it. There's no energy here supporting any kind of reconciliation or like mending a bridge. And I feel like somebody's being encouraged to like move on from this thing that isn't lining up and start thinking about your next step. Start thinking about your future. Start thinking about like if you're trying to do something, start thinking about what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going. And then go to the sea like somebody's struggling with going with the flow. Okay. Wow. So what I heard was, it's funny because when I pulled this card out, it's next to the mending in the reverse. It's kind of like somebody here who is almost trying to force some kind of reconciliation. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This kind of like on the back end kind of ties into the last reading. Because this feels like someone wanting to like really force the issue to reconcile, but they're struggling with going with the flow because I feel like collective, you've already left the building. Somebody here is very heavily focused too on like, it's almost like recapturing something from the past. Here and now is in the reverse, so this is definitely past energy. It's kind of like recapturing something from the past, but it's not meant this is not meant to be. There's somebody here who's very, very determined. Very, very determined. It's almost as if they're so determined to reconnect with the collective that they've not considered anything else that's going on in their life. So their main focus right now is like trying to reconcile with the collective. Meanwhile, over here, Spirit's trying to be like, you know what, you should just accept the fact that this is done. And now you need to start focusing on what's happening in the future, because if you don't start thinking about your future, like that's going to be in shambles too, because you're over here focusing on trying to reconcile this relationship or this connection that doesn't really have any legs to stand on. That's why you don't see any significant changes here. You need to start focusing on your own life. And the funny thing about it is y'all were getting along as long as this person was, everything was cool. Like everything would have been cool if this person continued to live in the lie. I heard live in the lie, live in the lies that they tell. Because I definitely get the impression here that there's somebody who they wear a mask. So it's almost as if as long as this mask stayed on their face, y'all were cool. Y'all were getting along. Yeah, you guys were getting along. But here's the thing. You've already collective I feel like you're in a different space now. You're like in a very grounded space. You're very happy. You know, you've got self-love. Um, you're no longer on the hamster wheel. I think you've already learned the lesson with round and round in the reverse. You don't let this thing live rent free in your head. It's you know, while you may not fully understand the purpose or the lessons behind certain connections, um, you're also literally you're also not interested in cleaning up any kind of rumors that people may have spread about you and your character. You're very, very much at peace. You're blessed and highly favored. You are surrounded by people who love you and respect you, and you're literally living in your wish fulfillment. You've created you've created a life for yourself. I'm talking to somebody here who's basically created a life for themselves. They've created circumstances that mirror back to them exactly who they are. I love it. And somebody is watching you from a distance, and it's almost like a hands off kind of thing. Like they can't even come to you. They want to come to you for some type of assistance or whatever, but they're scared to come to you because they don't think that you're going to be so, I think it's come up a lot. Like they may not feel like you will be generous with them. Like you could be generous with other people, but you're not going to be openly generous with them like that. Okay. Oh, your stuff is in that bag right outside, right in front of Ryan's room. The stuff in the dryer's mine. I'm also seeing here too where there's somebody here who has, I heard, lacking self-reflection. So maybe somebody here is not like truly looking into their own heart, looking at themselves, looking into their own heart for the motives of why they work so hard to try to reconcile this situation that's not in alignment, or to stay connected to people that are not in alignment. Oh, hold on. That's funny. I'm like, I can also see something else here. It reminds me of a conversation that I had. All the cards here are like basically that conversation. That's funny. Yeah. So if you've been in separation, or if there's been some distance between you and a certain community, I feel like you've grown significantly. And I feel again like you've been divinely guided away from a situation, and you were specifically guided away from relationships that may have been very volatile for you. Yeah, you're healing. I feel like you may have, like, the distance has allowed you or granted you some kind of healing, because it's kind of like you can't heal in the same places that, like in the same place that broke you, right? So I feel like with that distance, you become more grounded. You've been healing. You've grown, like I said, considerably. There could have been some mother healing that you've done as well. People are afraid to do the work. And I also have the energy here of somebody who may be afraid to come towards you, travel towards you. Oh, damn. I'll take them all. All right. Oh, look at that. So I'm also getting here somebody here maybe really, if you're intuitive, I also have the energy here of somebody who might be afraid of what you know. Okay, because I think I said in the last reading, like, But what I talked about in a different context, it's like you don't talk about what you do or your process or anything like that. I get the impression here there's somebody here that's, oh yes, there's somebody here that is afraid. Number one, they're afraid of what you know. I do see a cycle that has been broken, and I think that's the reason why you're grounded. I also feel like you weren't afraid. You, collective, were not afraid of the isolation, nor were you afraid of breaking the cycles. But I definitely have somebody here that is afraid of you perhaps speaking, because voice is in the reverse with Luna in the upright, which is the moon. Somebody here may want you to stay quiet, or they're very fearful again about what you may know. If there's a relationship where, the sun has set on that relationship and it's allowed you to heal, they're kind of worried about maybe like you telling your side. That's kind of the way that it looks. It's almost like somebody here is worried about what you know and you telling it. Yeah. And I think mostly because if you tell what you know as a result of the end of this cycle and the ending of this relationship, there is a change or some type of transformation. Now, the transformation card and our Arcana is in the reverse. So there's a cycle definitely that has come to an end. You have grown and transformed. You may have outgrown somebody or outgrown these people. Somebody here may be experiencing bad luck. They may be experiencing bad luck. Oh, somebody here may have to move. Somebody here may have to move from their home. Somebody may be unable to travel. Somebody may also be sick or in poor health and unable to travel. Somebody could be experiencing bad luck and may be losing their home, or may have to move, or may need to relocate or something like that. They may be trying to like delay it. Oh. And if somebody's been trying to keep you quiet, oh, there's a message here. Okay, hold on. So there may be a message here. Failure. Failure in the upright with achievement in the reverse, which is a double failure. There's a failure here. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this. Because it also because the way that I laid these cards, it almost feels too like there may be something here. Like somebody may have been, if you are in a relationship, there could have been a okay, this is a lot. This isn't for everybody. But for those people who are in a relationship, now it's not to negate anything that I've said previously, because I do see where, like, if you've isolated yourself, there are two things in this jar. So you could be your distance. It could have not just been you. It could have been like you and a partner, or you and your child, or something like that. But it's you and another person. But you're isolated from other people. But that isolation allowed you to like heal, break certain cycles, to transform. I kind of get the impression here on this side that somebody may have, if you're in a relationship, this isolation also, not only did it allow you to grow, but I feel like it made you stronger, because I feel like what somebody over here has been trying to do is, and what they don't want somebody, they've been trying to hide it. They've been trying to keep this under the moon, okay, like under the darkness of the moon. Somebody here may have been trying to break up a relationship, and they may have done it repetitively, but it's failed. It's failed not once but twice. It has failed. Like somebody wanted you to stay asleep. So this could have been going on for some time, because I'm looking at this cycle card, and this In the upright, it's just an ongoing cycle. It's an ongoing cycle. And the infinity sign is here. It's just an ongoing cycle, but it's in the reverse. So the cycle has been broken. I think somebody here may have wanted you to be asleep, because when you were asleep, you probably didn't notice this. Yeah. So somebody wanted you. Okay. Somebody here may have wanted you to stay in that sleep mode. Like when you're asleep, you're not really aware of what's going on around you, right? So I do get the impression here that there may have been a cycle, an ongoing cycle that you could have been negatively influenced to be unbalanced, to be, to be unstable, like emotionally, mentally, right? Like this could have been a theme in your life. Again, like I said, this isn't for everybody, but there may have been a period of time where you had been dealing with a lot of heavy anxiety, and I kind of feel like it was projection, but what it was meant to do, it was literally meant to have you literally looking crazy. But this cycle, this isolation allowed you to like grow stronger together. That cycle has been broken. And because they have failed, whoever this is that's been doing it, because it's failed, now they're experiencing bad luck. They are now, just like I've said in the last several readings, whatever energy that people have been projecting onto you, it's bouncing right off of you and back onto them. So the return to sender, if you've been doing that, it's working, because now whatever they were experiencing, or whatever they wanted you to experience, is exactly what they're getting. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. There could be somebody here in your energy that may be having some health issues. That may want to come and tell you how they feel, but because they're on the outside, but you might not be so inclined. You might not be so inclined to deal with them. This person may come across as unstable. I am also getting the energy to this person. It feels like defeat. Somebody here feels very defeated. Yeah. Somebody feels defeated. Here's the thing. Like I said, there's lies here. Lies, a lot of confusion. They may be hiding. Like if somebody's dealing with poor health, they may be hiding it. Look, damn. Okay. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 court cards out here. Out of the 9 cards that I have 5 court cards. So it could involve several people, all of which are distorted except for one. I do have a lot of energy out here of people being very unstable. I have energy here of, now this could be, okay. Ooh, I'm just now noticing. So this could be a couple, because I do have counterparts here. There could be a couple here. There could have been somebody, oh my God. There could have been somebody here lying about a couple to control other people's narratives of what they saw. Like, I don't know. This is a stupid energy. I guess this is stupid. I also see here, again, I get a lot of energy of like, this kind of feels like somebody who may have lost their job, or somebody who lost their job. They're struggling financially. They may see you as being successful, you know, grounded, emotionally intelligent, and whatnot, or whatever. It's almost, it's kind of what it's giving me. The imagery is giving me. It's like, it's kind of like having the tower on one side, justice in the middle, and on the other side, like the temperance card. It's like, it's very opposite energies. I do see where there's like a lot of instability on one side, where there could be somebody here getting ready to lose their home, somebody wanting to come in with like a fake ass apology, looking for some kind of help or handout, because they're struggling, to maintain their position or whatever. I have somebody here who's like overly concerned about, I guess, very clinging on to something that doesn't necessarily belong to them. Clinging on to another person for the purpose of stability. There's a lot here. Yeah, let me tell you. Somebody here made a really bad investment in the past. They did something, took some risks, did something in the past here, and it's resulting in negative consequences. It could absolutely affect their stability, could affect their home. Somebody could have lost a job. Somebody here is literally struggling to, like, pay their bills or whatever, robbing Peter to pay Paul type of thing, because they made some decisions that weren't very smart. Well, the Empress at the bottom of the deck. You're in a really good position. You're safe, okay? I do get the energy here that you've already wrapped this thing up with a bow. Like, you've walked away from it. You're not engaged in it. You're not dealing with it. I have someone here that is clinging to the past. This very much goes with like the very first spread that I did. I have somebody here that's like clinging to the past. But the thing is that they put in very little effort in order to stabilize the relationship between you, which is the reason why it doesn't have legs now. And there's no real love between you, depending on, whatever this is, right? We have somebody here. This could be like one person. This literally could be a bunch of people. But I've got somebody here who made like very self-serving decisions based on what it is that they wanted. They made decisions based on what they wanted in the past, and they don't understand why the relationship has come to an end and you're choosing not to invest or even deal with them, because you may not find any value to this connection in your life. You may not see any value in it. So if it doesn't have value, why are you entertaining it, right? You're waiting for your ships to come in. So whatever it is that you've been working on and you've been trying to manifest, that you have been working diligently towards, you're laying like the past to rest. You've learned, like I said, you've learned the lesson. You don't need to keep repeating the cycle over and over again. The world came out, when I say out of all the cards, these are round cards, so they come in all these different positions or whatever. This one card came up in the upright, positioned perfectly in the upright. So you've learned everything. You've successfully learned everything you needed to learn out of this cycle. There's no reason for you to revisit the past. There's no reason for you to cling onto it. You recognize where the relationships here that haven't been, there's no significant work that's been done to fortify the foundation. No, you're not going to have the 10 of Cups with that. especially if it's connected to your past and this past person or all of these past people, nobody took the time to build on the foundation. Nah, I'm a dead this and I'm just gonna wait for what I've been working towards to come towards me. I'm attracting it. It's coming. Bottom, like I said, yeah, I'm attracting it. Bottom of the deck is the Empress. You're just gonna attract what's due to you, what's yours. Yeah. Let's grab some tea leaves. Target a goal-oriented person. So you may be very dedicated to your goals. Like I said, you don't need to learn a lesson. You're waiting on this. You're waiting on whatever it is that you've been working towards. You're waiting on that to come in. You're not focused. You're literally not focusing on any of this. Any of this stuff that's in the background. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. So somebody's distraught because, again, like I said, this has come to an end and you're not paying attention to it. And work, achievement, success. Right. You've been diligently working towards your goals, so you will reach a level of success. Lion, time to act. Moon, changes in your life. Vase, potentially you have a secret admirer. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, you've had to make or you're making some very shrewd business decisions that are mostly beneficial only to you. Mountain Road, you're on the road to success. See, this is the reason why people want to come towards you. Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. You are protected already. And finally, Peacock, beware of great pride. The month of November could be of significance. Could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. All right, let's grab some. Oh, cool. Cool. I don't have to pick the kid up from school. We like when moms agree to carpool. All right. We have a toxic parent or grandparent out here. Somebody's misogynistic. You have humbled them all. This is not your fault. Somebody is suffering from bad health. I did mention that. All right. Somebody's sacral chakra may be affected. Somebody may not be happy. They don't feel they've lackluster, lack of sexual desire, lack of sexual vitality. No libido. Somebody's losing hope. Collective, you're finally free. Somebody is a liar and a thief. Somebody is lost without you. Somebody may want to come towards you with some type of tempting offer. I have temptation out here. They thought they could get away with it. Somebody here could be drug addicted or have some type of addiction. Somebody may be experiencing a spiritual awakening. There's a real estate investment here that's in question right above the home card. So again, like I said, something may be going on with somebody's home. You accept them for who they are and it is what it is. So whoever this is that you're dealing with, it's kind of like you're already aware of, it's like being aware of the demon that you're dealing with, and there's really, because you know there's nothing to do, there's nothing you can do about it. You just allow them to be the demon that they are. Like, I'm not trying to change you. If that's who you want to be, that's who you are. That's your business. The month of March may be of significance. Could be dealing with an Aries or a Pisces. Somebody has no discipline. There may be an older man involved and a sister. You could be a sister. Could be your sister. Somebody refuses to change. Somebody is jealous of your light. Somebody has tried to ruin your reputation with slander. Somebody misjudged you. We have a distorted masculine out here. Again, Pisces. A father could be significant. Your father. You could be a father. Spirit will humble them all. they created drama and now they're experiencing drama. And somebody's trying to swap karma and destiny with you. And at the bottom of the deck, somebody asks, can you ever forgive me? All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonated for you or give you clarity over your own situation, give the video a thumbs up so that we can circulate it into the algorithm. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. Go straight to my website, EnlightenedAuntie.com. My books are always open. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. I think I'm going to try doing that live thing one more time. I just updated the iOS on my iPad, so I think I should be able to go live. I pretty much had to scrub the entire iPad because it was limited on storage. So I've pretty much wiped the whole damn thing clean. I may be able to, and I've updated all of the apps and everything for the ones that I need to in order to do live. So I might try to go live a little bit later or sometime over the weekend. We'll see. I'm trying to figure out, is there a way for me to test it without actually like going live? Because I don't want to get folks all, excited that I'm going to be live and then can't go live again like I did last time. I don't want that. But I'm going to try to make that happen. I think I'm going to play with it and see what happens. So if you happen to see something about me going live, follow me in the room. Because the last time I only had one person in there and it turned into like a whole personal reading. So yeah, neither here nor there. All right, guys. I love you. Until next time, take care. Bye.